Hello everybody, my name is David Welsh. I'm with Remax Sundance Realty 2 and I work under the Wiser team. We're based in St. Carlos Park, which is in Fort Myers, Florida. The basis of this video today is to try to help you guys out there that are trying to sell a home without a realtor, without using me. It can be done. I've seen a lot of people do it, and sometimes it can be a struggle, but what is it these days? So what we're going to go over is, if you have any questions in the video, or if you have any ideas that come up that you would like to present, feel free to give me a call. If you need help selling your home, I'd be more than willing to help you. Even, not even to list your home, but just to help you in your adventure of selling your home. If you have any questions or need any advice, you can give me a call anytime at 239-321-3432. And we'll, anything you need to go over, we'll go over. I'm not one of those guys that tries to pound it in your head that you need a list with a realtor, because basically, if you want to use a realtor, I want you to feel confident. I want you to feel comfortable, and I want you to be ready to sell your home. If you're not, that's fine, and it's no hard feelings towards me. Whatever. More power to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some guys some valuable information. I would suggest that you break out a notepad and write down the information, anything that you can. So first things we're going to go over, and what some of the things that I deal with myself when I'm working with for sale by owners. We call them FSBOs for short. When I'm working with FSBOs is finding out an applicable number that's comparable to today's market. See, what a lot of people, and I'd say 80% of the for sale by owners that I work with, they're probably about anywhere from the range of 50 to 100 grand overpriced, and which they're not going to sell their home for. It's just not. Why would people pay 100,000 more for their home when your neighbor has his listed, for 100,000 less, and it's close to the same thing, So you need to make sure you have the right number in mind of where you need to be. Might not be what you're going to get, unfortunately. A lot of people are going through that, so don't feel that you're the only one. And it's really hard to tell people that because people don't like to hear, hey, you're 100,000 over your price or whatever. Just throwing a number out there. So in doing that, and how you do that is either one, call me. I'd be more than happy to get some comparables for you. Fax them over, email them over. It's no charge. I don't charge you for any of that stuff. I just like to help people out. So, or if you know somebody that's in real estate, that's really the easiest way to go about it. Other than that, you have to do a lot of research on the internet. We have it right at our fingertips, so it's really easier for us to do that. And what you need to find out is you need to find out what houses that are in your area, okay, is important, in your area around the same square footage, and just kind of decipher between the uniqueness of your home and the other home and make adjustments as you see fair, pretty much. Again, we can do that right away. We can find out what's on the market in your area, what has sold in the market in your area, what hasn't sold, what listings have expired that are in your area that haven't sold, either because of the property or because of the price. And once you find that out, or even go as far as having an appraisal. Okay, get an appraisal done. It's not that expensive, and it'll really help you out throughout the whole process, because a lot of times the buyer goes out and gets an appraisal, and it just takes more time for you to sell your home. If you have an appraisal, an updated appraisal ready in hand, it'll definitely help you out, especially going in with the title company and so forth, and having that drawn up and going through that whole process. Once you have that done, once you have your number figured out of where you want to be, and what's applicable, again, to today's market. Today's market isn't 5 years ago. I think we all know that. Stage the home properly. You want to make sure it's not cluttered. You want to make sure that people can basically visualize themselves being or living in your home, okay? fresh paint. Make sure that the home is painted nicely. Make sure everything is looking good. Take care of any damages that may be visual walking in. Make sure the place looks pristine, because that's the number one thing when I go over with listing a home with people is that's how I figure out if they're going to be worth my time or not. Because I don't just list anybody. I'm not going to waste my time on somebody that doesn't want to sell their home. So that's the first thing when we go in, we do a case study, right? And we go through the home, and I let them know, pretty much exactly what they need to do. They need to get rid of all these books or all this DVD stuff over here because it clutters it, or you got too much stuff going on here. If you could paint that there, and make that look better, maybe use different blinds or anything like that. I even have a design analyst that we have that I bring in for our luxury homes that we do. And that's one of the main things is staging the home properly to be ready for a buyer to be able to visualize himself or herself in the home and have something to work with. Another thing, after the home is staged, get an opinion from a friend. Have somebody come in, ask them what they think, and once that's done, take lots of photos. You can never have enough photos. Okay, you need to take lots and lots of photos, and focus on areas that are unique to your home that can be key points to bring out in your description. And make sure the description follows along exactly with your photos and explains exactly what they're seeing, and that'll definitely draw more buyers. After you take the pictures, go as far as videotaping your home. There's a couple ways you can do this. Okay, grab a video camera. Either have your wife or a friend or a husband or whoever hold it and do a complete walkthrough, explain the home. That is a little kind of shaky because the people are walking around and they're moving the camera. As you can see, I'm getting kind of blurry. If things blur out, it kind of distracts the buyer. But it's a good tool to use. Another way you can do is just basically take your camera and go around the room and pan this way and pan that way, and then break it down and edit it. And a lot of people don't realize that they have, like, if you have Windows, chances are you have Windows Movie Maker, which has all the fantastic things, which is basically what I'm going to use to make this video. You can add music in, you can add caption, titles, credits, all that good stuff, and the transitions and fading in, fading out, all that stuff. It's really easy to use too. So after you do that, after you get the video made, you're happy with the editing, you're happy with what you got, post it to YouTube. Create an account specifically for your home. If you have an account right now, don't use the same account as what you use, videotaping your kids or your pets or anything like that, because it may distract from the sale. And it's free, so just create another account. It's easy as that. Once you have it posted to YouTube, make sure you use keywords in your title description. Don't just put for sale, home for sale or anything like that. Make sure you have specifics in there that draw the right people to your home. Make sure you post the address. Make sure you post, if you want to post your number. I think you can even get like a 1-800 number for really cheap to do. We do that as well. Just something and anything that'll help you. After you have the video made, make sure you go through and go and find out any and every site that you can post your description to, and a lot of them are free. For Sale by Owner, Trulia, Zillow, I think Realtor.com. I don't think you can post on that, but there's another place you can use like Postlets. That's another one that we use, and it disperses to various other sites right away. You do one listing and it posts it for you pretty much. That's a really good one to use, and be sure to put your link to YouTube in all your descriptions. Make sure you utilize that tool. Be sure that you're available to show the home at all times. That's another thing that I go over with my buyers or my sellers, is you need to make sure the home is available. That's why it's really good to use a realtor, because we screen everybody that comes to your home before we bring them. We make sure they're pre-qualified. We make sure that they can afford your home to begin with before even bringing them in the home. You know, and just in the buyers in general, that's another good reason to use a realtor is because, like myself, I have 3-4 buyers on my line at a time, and I work with altogether there's five real estate agents that we work with in the one team that we have here. They have, you know, even if it's just 3 apiece, it's 15 buyers that I have right at my fingertips, ready to go, ready to come look at your home. That's another good reason why. And I also work in the office of realtors, so we have substantial coverage that we can get to on your home. That's another good reason. And make sure, you know, going on. I don't want to talk about myself too much. So after you have your availability of your schedule written out, and make sure that you're available to show the home anytime. Because when buyers are hot, they're hot. They're not going to wait for your home to be available for them to view. Really, they're not. Because when they're hot and they're ready to buy something, they're a serious buyer, they're going to buy something. They're not going to wait. You know, they're going to buy the home that's for sale next door that they were able to see when they were available. I've never had a buyer that was really, you know, wanted to work around anybody else's schedule. You know, so you just need to make sure that you're available. Hook up with a financial company. If you know somebody that's able to get people pre-qualified in a quick time. We use a guy who comes in every Wednesday. We have him in house on every Wednesday. He comes in, he pre-qualified. You know, we'll get 10 people pre-qualified right then to go out. You know, of course, he's always available. Yeah, he's a really good guy too. So after you have that ability to pre-qualify buyers, now you're a step up in the head of the game, because now you can have people pre-qualified before they step in your home. Another really good thing to do is to give incentives towards buyer agents. You know, if I have a buyer, you know, I'm not going to just show my buyer to your home for free. So you need to make sure you have incentive out there that's 3% off the number, off the sales price, or a $1,200 bonus plus 2.5% off the sales price. Things like that, just to give people, you know, okay, I'll go show that home. And, you know, of course, we write it out in the contract whenever we put an offer in. That's what we're going to receive. And also, you want to be really careful. And I really stress this a lot with people that are selling their home themselves, because being a real estate agent, we do open houses and stuff like that. And especially for our female agents, really, we're always there with them because there is a definite danger factor. You don't know who's coming in your home at the time. You don't know if they're casing your home to rob you later. It's really sketchy situation when you start having people or having open houses. You got to be really careful. You know, there's been real estate agents that you know, female agents that have gone out and done it themselves, and you know, really bad stuff has happened. You know, I had a homeowner that was selling his house, and he did an open house, and he had a couple guys that come in, and they looked at home. They were very interested in his home, you know, and what they did is they figured out his schedule and came back when he wasn't available and robbed his home. So you just got to be really careful with that. And again, that's another good point for the real estate agents is you know, we screen everybody. We don't just say, hey, go take a look. You know, when we do open houses, we make sure we get all their information, and so in case something does come about, we have record. When we use super keys, we have record of everybody that comes through that door. So it's just a really good thing to use a realtor, but it can be done by yourself. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to put my number up at the end of the video, so give me a call.